Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects millions worldwide, diabetes mellitus. It's a condition many have heard of, but the details can be confusing. So, what exactly is diabetes? It's a chronic metabolic disorder where your blood glucose, or blood sugar, is too high. This happens because of a problem with insulin, a hormone made by your pancreas. Think of insulin as a key that unlocks your cells, letting glucose in to be used for energy. When this system breaks down, glucose gets stuck in your bloodstream, which can cause serious health problems over time. There are two main types of diabetes, and they're quite different. Let's start with type 1. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition. This means the body's own immune system, which is supposed to fight off infections, gets confused and attacks the insulin-producing cells in the pancreas, called beta cells. It destroys them. As a result, someone with type 1 diabetes produces very little or no insulin at all. This type of diabetes often appears in childhood or during the teenage years, but it can develop at any age. A common misconception is that it's caused by diet or lifestyle, but that's not true. Type 1 diabetes cannot be prevented. People with this condition are completely dependent on getting insulin from an external source, like injections or an insulin pump, just to survive. Without that external insulin, glucose can't get into the cells. Blood sugar levels can skyrocket, leading to a dangerous and life-threatening condition called diabetic ketoacidosis. So, managing type 1 diabetes is a lifelong commitment. It involves carefully monitoring blood glucose levels and administering insulin multiple times a day. It's a constant balancing act, but with the right tools and knowledge, it can be managed effectively. Now, let's talk about type 2 diabetes. This is the most common form, accounting for about 90% of all diabetes cases. Unlike type 1, where there's no insulin, type 2 is primarily about insulin resistance. Here's what that means. The pancreas is still producing insulin, at least initially, but the body's cells don't respond to it properly. They've become resistant. To compensate, the pancreas works overtime, trying to produce more and more insulin to get the job done. Over time, the pancreas can get worn out and can't keep up, leading to high blood sugar levels. Type 2 diabetes typically develops in adults, but we're seeing it more and more in younger people, largely due to rising rates of obesity and sedentary lifestyles. Major risk factors include having a family history of diabetes, being overweight, not getting enough physical activity, and following an unhealthy diet. The good news is that, unlike type 1, type 2 diabetes can often be prevented or delayed. And when it comes to management, insulin isn't always the first step. For many people, significant improvements can be made through lifestyle changes, eating a healthier diet, getting regular exercise, and losing excess weight can dramatically improve the body's sensitivity to insulin. Of course, as the disease progresses, oral medications might be needed to help the body use insulin more effectively or to produce more of it. In some cases, people with type 2 diabetes will eventually need insulin therapy as well. So, let's recap the key differences, because this is where a lot of the confusion lies. The main distinction is about insulin. In type 1, there is an absolute lack of insulin because the body's immune system destroyed the cells that make it. In type 2, it's a relative lack of insulin, starting with resistance and then a gradual decline in production. Think of it this way, with type 1, you don't have the key insulin at all. With type 2, you have the key, but the locks on your cells are rusty and don't work well. Because of this fundamental difference, the treatment approach is distinct right from the start. A person with type 1 needs insulin from the day they are diagnosed. A person with type 2 might manage their condition for years with just diet, exercise, and oral medications before ever needing insulin. The age of onset also tends to be different, with type 1 usually appearing earlier in life, but as we said, there are always exceptions. Regardless of the type, the goal of diabetes management is the same: to keep blood glucose levels in a healthy, target range. This is crucial for preventing the long-term complications of the disease. So how is this done? It's a multifaceted approach. First, there's blood glucose monitoring. This is the cornerstone of diabetes care. It allows individuals to see how their blood sugar levels react to different foods, activities, stress, and medications. Using a glucose meter or a continuous glucose monitor gives you real-time feedback, empowering you to make informed decisions throughout the day. Next is nutrition. What you eat has a direct and powerful impact on blood sugar. This doesn't mean you can never have a treat again, but it does mean being mindful. A balanced diet, with a focus on controlling carbohydrate intake, is key. Carbs are what break down into glucose, so learning to count them and spread them out over the day helps prevent those sharp spikes in blood sugar. Working with a registered dietitian can be incredibly helpful in creating a meal plan that works for you. Then there's physical activity. Exercise is like a magic bullet for diabetes management. It makes your body's cells more sensitive to insulin, which means your body can use glucose more efficiently. It also helps with weight management and supports overall cardiovascular health, which is especially important for people with diabetes. The recommendation is usually for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity per week, like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling. And of course, there's medication. For type 1, it's always insulin. For type 2, it could be a range of oral medications that work in different ways. Some help your body produce more insulin, others help it use insulin better, and some affect glucose absorption from food. Adhering to the prescribed medication plan is non-negotiable for good control. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is education. Living with diabetes is a 24/7 job. Understanding the condition, knowing how to handle sick days, learning to adjust for exercise or different foods, these self-management skills are absolutely essential for long-term success and health. So, why does all this management matter so much? Because uncontrolled diabetes can be devastating. Over time, high blood sugar levels can damage blood vessels and nerves throughout the body. This can lead to a host of serious complications, heart disease and stroke, which are the leading causes of death for people with diabetes. Kidney failure, which might require dialysis. Nerve damage, or neuropathy, which can cause pain, tingling, or numbness, especially in the feet. And vision loss, which can lead to blindness. It can also impair wound healing, making even a small cut potentially dangerous. That sounds scary, and it is. But here's the most important message I want you to take away today. With proper management, people with diabetes can and do lead long, healthy, and fulfilling lives. The risk of these complications can be dramatically reduced. Early diagnosis is key. The sooner you know you have diabetes, the sooner you can start managing it and protecting your body. Working closely with the healthcare team to create an individualized treatment plan and having regular medical checkups are critical for staying on track. In conclusion, diabetes is a complex condition, but it is manageable. Type 1 and type 2 are different diseases with different causes and treatments, but they share a common goal: controlling blood glucose to protect long-term health. Understanding these differences empowers individuals and their families to tackle the disease effectively. Education, early action, and consistent, dedicated care are the most powerful tools we have in fighting diabetes and its complications. If you or someone you know is living with diabetes, remember that you're not alone. There are incredible resources and communities out there to provide support. Thanks for watching today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more health content. See you in the next one.